We realize that the maize actors are poorly organized. So the first activity that we are carrying out with them is to stimulate organizations.
Me have a group. Me I the counter for farm, so for farm for group. For fertilizer for farm.
All women should join group. When you join group, you will feel better and you will hear more and you will learn more in the group.
We are up to 35 members. So we benefit so many things from this group because we don't go training from Cambe 6 times. As we come on Cambe now, we come for a group. We train members then. How we feel work farm, how we feel put fertilizer, how we feel gather the corn, sell them in groups. Last year we sold about 14 bags in group, almost 200 and something thousand.
Okay.
We have 22 women and 3 men, making a total of 25.
Okay.
We were trained as a group on how to produce maize. We used to come together once every week. We discuss issues concerning cultivation of maize. We also do savings to help each other in times of need. Then we also do savings towards the input process. We set a day, ask the members to bring the maize in buckets, in bags. Then we assemble the maize, call for a buyer to come and buy. Some are still from this village, and some are from the selling together is beneficiary than selling. Yes. Because when you want to go to sell alone, you carry it to the market, you pay the taxes, you pay the transport to get there. At the end, you realize that a bucket of corn that you ought to have sold it here at 2,000, you took it to the market and sold it at 1,800. It's good to be in a group and work together as. To come to an upper organization because with the CIGs, they are punctuated in different villages. They cannot get contact with some organizations like the financial institution, even the government. Because when you want to talk to a government about CIG, the government will not listen. But when you talk about a cooperative, they will listen, and will also have access to input as a group. If you organize resource mobilization well and get maybe a percentage of the money and go for loan, you can easily get the loan than the CIGs.
In Dongamatun, they are just beginning and they have decided to go in for a cooperative.
Simple cooperative. We have decided to choose this name because we are still growing. We need to start from something that can be stable to us. While growing, then we'll see where to be. But for now, I want just to be simple so that things will not be so difficult for us.
The federation is made up of about 14 unions joined together to come out with the maize activity as a business.
I think that we can help them to be organized like a cooperative, to have specialized structures that do input acquisition, for example, to do group marketing, for example, to effectively render services.
This is an evaluation meeting for the training we gave out. So we have called all the presidents to know how the people have taken the training.
After the training, a lot of new farming groups have been put in place.
We arranged the people in zones, so that's how we worked.
And when seminars came up, they felt happy. They went back to their groups, they went back to their quarters, they went back to their villages, and they tried to enlighten the rest of the other people who were not chance to attend such seminars.
As soon as we go out, we come back, we write a report on that day.
It will not be possible with our small resources that this month we must go to the tomato man to train him, to bring him up. This month we must go to the onion man. Maybe the onion season and the tomato season can be moving all at the same time. So we'll be designing some forms. First, we ask the farmers what operations they carry out during planting, after planting, and harvest. So we find out from the various farming groups what the operation, the material use, cost, total cost at their own local level. Some areas can be good for tomato, can be good for pepper, can be good for okra. A farmer who is staying there does not know how to plant okra or pepper, does not know how to estimate for the planting of okra or pepper. His brother farmer somewhere filling this form, we shall attach all this form per each speculation and give to the various group. So when they get into this document and he gets the tomato and it is tomato season, he just go into it without complaining. He will not know when, how, and what to do.
As a federation, we support them with fertilizers. We give it to them as soft loans, fertilizers and chemicals. They too will work on their own farms and improve on their use. We think that in the nearest future, as we are growing, and most of us are going into large scale, by then we will try to see if we can put up a warehouse, have a dry house, to network with other people who are producing maize in the regions, so that together we can form a strong body as maize cultivators. As a member of the federation, we mobilize our resources. We can easily have support from the government. We can acquire training.
You know, when you are a leader, you're supposed to lead the people by showing them the example of what you want the people to do. This is what made the people to elect me as their president of the Ngoketunjia Maize Federation. It's because they are seeing what I'm doing and even do it more better. Because I'm not going to be the president of Ngoketunjia Maize Federation for life. Another person will take over from me.
I become a councillor because of the hard work that I've been doing with the CIGs. And then with that hard work now, it makes me to be popular. We went now by voting. By so doing, we have to overtake the council. We have to actually sensitize those other councillors that we are going to work with. And they, as a councillor, will also help those women to have more, at least more information.
So we, like the union presidents, would so much love to be one of the councillors and not even leaving out being the mayors tomorrow. In order to choose our Department of Agriculture, since we are best, good and known in it, I think when we'll get there, we'll choose that department, and when we'll be there, we'll lobby, we'll get funds that we can support our farmers, and not leaving out making connections with our partners, like the input suppliers. So I think that one is a very good opportunity for us, being like councillors in our council.
Sheriwanda, Manadio, Sheriwanda, Manawati, hey, Umana Otinga, Sheriwanda, Manawati, hey, Umana Otinga, Sheriwanda, Umana Fama, Sheriwanda, Papa Beto, Sheriwanda, Manadio, Sheriwanda, Manawati, hey, Umana Otinga, Sheriwanda, Manawati, hey, Umana Otinga, Sheriwanda.